Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back. It is time for another Friendly Slime Fun Hour. Of course, we are back to Belmont Souls. Life is going to be the worst. We're going to try and kill Ornstein and Smoke today. Are we going to kill them? Full disclosure, I don't know. My suspicion is yes. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to go with yes. We're choosing to be optimists today. I'm going to give folks a minute to filter in, and then we are going to we're going to go forth and crush it. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking over my gear and all that stuff right now so that I can kind of have a sense of where we're at. We have 10 flasks, we have a whip plus 10, we have armor plus 3, and it is cosplay armor right now as opposed to, useful armor. So we could look at doing, armor that has value in the game in terms of, armor that is good at preventing damage instead of armor that looks Castlevania. That might be an option if we want to start winning and stop losing. I don't know that we have a lot of other excellent options, other than maybe thinking about doing Thunder Stoneplate Ring instead of Dark Wood Grain. I love the Ninja Flip, but having some lightning resist might not go amiss. Yeah, I don't know, chat. We're gonna figure it out as we go today. I think with some better fundamentals and a new understanding, which is they can be poisoned. We can poison those bosses. They just don't show the damage number on their health bar the way that most enemies do. I did not know this, so once we get that visual purple poison cloud effect, they're taking poison damage. And they'll take 900 to 1,000 points of it. So if we can just stay alive and stay away from them, once one of them is poisoned, we can just let him bleed out essentially. Well, let him poison out. And then in theory, we just clean up after that. Hey, Dr. Hardbody. That's my cue. We are not here to listen to timers. We're here to kick ass and take names. I'm glad to see the doctor is in. How's it going today? Hope it's going amazing. Ugh, effortless shortcut. That's how good we are today. Yeah, we're gonna crush it. So we're gonna hit Ornstein with 4 of these, and then he's gonna take about 1,000 damage. Downside, he's gonna take that damage over about 3 to 4 minutes. So killing him with that damage might be very dicey. Yeah, poison does a shitload of damage in the Souls games. I don't know if we're gonna kill him readily with that damage, but we're gonna try. Hi, buddy. Okay. Dodge. Okay. He needs to not be sidestepping every single knife, though. That's kind of a problem for me. I don't have an unlimited number of these. I can lore drop while we wait. Yeah, we'll just, 1. Oh. Uppercutted into the air. Very, very hard. Okay, that's not a great start. Let's do one of these. Downside, his poison meter, just like ours essentially, it will drop at every moment he's not being actively poisoned by us. So we need to get those hits in pretty quick succession to actually poison him. Yep, this is it. One more, probably. He's poisoned. Okay, you can actually see his health bar going down. It's slow, but it is going down. New strategy. We're going to bravely run away. While his health bar just ticks away. Are they roommates? Oh, okay, let's lore drop about these guys. Okay, this is actually fascinating. I know the lore of every boss. Here we go. So, the big guy, that's Executioner Smo. He serves the kingdom as Gwyn's personal executioner. Super gross. And so Gwyn has 4 knights that protect him and generally serve his empire. Um, Smo was kind of in the running to be a knight, but the reason he ended up being an executioner is because, according to some of the in-game text, some of his personal leanings were distasteful. The reason that people found him distasteful is because that man is a cannibal who eats people. To be fair, look at the way he chose to have his armor designed. He does not look like a stable individual. So Smo kept eating people's faces and stuff, and they went, no, as a member of our honorable organization of knights, that's not gonna cut it. Ornstein still taking damage? Yeah. Oh, ouchies. Okay, so this is way, way more successful at dealing the damage while keeping us in relative safety. Like, we're just chilling out back here. While he throws lightning and, you know, dinks around. Just chewing through him. Now, Ornstein is one of Gwyn's knights. Yep. One-time follower, welcome in. Correct, Amundo. His preferred means of killing a person was to smash them with his hammer and then eat what's left of them. I think Gwyn decided that was just not a great look for his kingdom, so Smo did not make the cut to be a knight. Side note, before interviews and stuff were widely popularized, everybody I knew called him Smog, like the dragon in The Hobbit. I don't know how we got there, but we did. Now, Ornstein is one of the Knights of Gwyn. Each one of Gwyn's knights gets a cool ring to signify their power and to amplify their abilities. In a different run, these rings would be very useful to us. Still taking damage, buddy? Yeah, he's still ticking. Oh, this is so much easier. This is the way to go. Look at him go. He got like half his health bar down almost. And we've done, you know, nothing. So Ornstein is, I believe, actually the leader of the knights. Gwyn's got his 4 kind of trusty lieutenants. I think poison is now over. Yep, poison appears to be over. It's 3 to 4 knives if we get hits in rapid succession. So I think we can get another poison on him, and that'll take him to, you know, kill range. And then we just finish this thing off. Here comes the dash. Oh, come on, you jerk. Look at how nimble he is. So ready for him to be dead forever. 1. Okay. That didn't feel super good. My HPs were sad. So Ornstein's special ring is the Leo ring, which is a really cool ring if you do a very specific kind of PvE build. It's incredible. Leo ring is... shit. Well, we died. Okay, but that's way, way better. Yeah, so the Leo ring has a lion on it, and it rules. So Dark Souls has a mechanical system where if you attack somebody right as they are attacking you, you'll deal some extra damage. It's about 20 to 30%, so it's noticeable certainly, but I would say for most players, this does not factor into your decision making. But if you are amazing at timing, and you want to mess around with the Leo ring, it will increase the amount of damage you deal with thrust weapon counters only by a lot. So if you use a weapon that technically does, you know, like thrusting or piercing damage, you can do crazy hits with the Leo ring. Specifically, I usually see this used with either a rapier, a spear, or a halberd build. The other 3 knights are all people that you can eventually meet during this game. Artorias, who we've heard a little bit about already, is one of them. His ring is the Wolf ring, which is a great ring. Okay, we're just gonna get hit by everything apparently this run. The Wolf ring gives you poise and makes you harder to stumble or stagger. You've got Hawkeye Go, who has the Hawk ring, go figure. Increases the range of bows and such. Pretty cool bow. Pretty cool ring for archers, except that bows are garbage in Dark Souls 1, so no one in their right mind would ever use a bow. For anything other than, like, teasing an enemy, like we're doing with the poison arrows, or, potentially getting, like, a first hit to draw an enemy out into a fight. So, the Hawk Ring, unfortunately, not very good. Ow. Ow? I am not feeling it this time. Something about this fight, it's not looking good, friends. Good lord. Could I just be alive for 1 second? Drink my little heals. I don't even think I want to use the poison on this one. I think I'm just going to go for the kill the regular way because, honestly, I don't see this fight happening. Okay. Could I even stand up, please? Nope. Sometimes they can bully you extremely hard. Like that. Also, if we run out of these poison throwing knives, we have a really long run back to get more. Because we have to go all the way back to Firelink Shrine to get more. And I'm really hoping to not have to do that. Rip. I'm going insane. I'm gonna go insane, chat. But yeah, so Gwyn's Knights are a pretty interesting bunch. I think they're pretty neat. And we get to meet them all over the course of this game. Because then your fourth knight is Lord's Blade Ciaran, who is Gwyn's like assassin and general sneaky sneak. Her ring is the Hornet ring, which is favored by a lot of sketchy PvP types because it increases backstab and riposte damage by a heck of a lot of damage. If you're using the Hornet ring and a weapon with high critical, it puts a lot of PvP builds in one-shot range. Yeah, Artorias' maybe girlfriend. I don't think it's canonically directly confirmed. They're just very, very close, and she stays by his grave after he dies until she dies herself. So, you know, the kind of relationship that historians would definitely say they were friends or roommates if they were both women. That kind of a thing. They were roommates. Ow. You poisoned. How are you not poisoned yet? You're poisoned. Okay, bye-bye-bye. I don't want to talk to you anymore, Artorias. Leave me alone until that poison has finished ticking. Uh-oh. Here comes super speed zippy stab. It's like it's still fine for us to hit him, obviously, if we have the opportunity. But I'm going to prioritize our safety while this poison is doing its thing. Because as long as, like, every second that goes by when we're not taking damage, we are getting closer to a win on this fight. Especially if it costs us an average of 1 to 2 flask hits to get the poison. Oh, come on. Artorias does have some real cheap feeling hits, though, sometimes. He's got really good reach, and he's got some wonky abilities like that thing. Very grateful for the ninja flip for times like this. But yeah, so, you know, one of the things that the Souls games have done that I think is just an interesting design choice is they focused really hard on making these memorable NPCs. You see this really, really strongly in Demon Souls. It's something that Elden Ring's intro kind of copies, but I don't think it does it as successfully for some reason. So the Demon Souls intro mentions a bunch of these legendary characters who have gone into the mist to try and solve this problem. And getting to meet them is a big part of the game. And they serve as a big piece of the supporting cast. And I really, really enjoyed the the journey to see all of them in Demon Souls. I think it's the difference is that in Elden Ring, most of the characters they name are bosses and not friendly NPCs. And kind of by their nature, we're going to get more attached to friendlies than enemies. Yep. Yep. Just keep on walking over this way. Yep. And I don't even mind a context clue. Oh. Smo out of left field with that roll catch. Incredibly rude, am I right? So I don't mind it being context clues, but I think the thing is you have to be able to work it out. What is something that Dark Souls did really, really well? I remember hanging out and chatting about, Dark Souls fan theory and stuff with people. And there was a very rewarding moment when somebody realized their fan theory basically got confirmed by the designer. Because when they made the Dark Souls 1 DLC, it effectively confirmed this guy's fan theory. And it was an incredibly rewarding moment for someone to say, yes, you connected the dots correctly. Here you go. Here's a whole DLC about it. There we go. And I think the problem, for me at least, is that Elden Ring doesn't hook me as effectively. Obviously, this varies for everybody, but to me, Dark Souls and Demon Souls both hooked you much more efficiently. And so I cared about the progression long enough to get enough of the context to be interested in the world. Also, Demon Souls might have one of the strongest intro cutscenes of all time. So Demon Souls hooks you, at least Demon Souls hooked me about 10 seconds into the intro. I was like, yep, I'm here for this. Nope. It's not poisoned yet. Oh, I couldn't see him doing the lightning. Okay, he's poisoned now. Okay, if I can survive this, which is looking real dicey since I can't move. Okay, risky to use a humanity instead of an Estus, but it heals more. Yep, we're good. Okay. Here we go. Ooh. All right. Yeah, the whip for these guys is pure torture. I'm honestly kind of amazed we got through gargoyles as easily as we did, because every fight with multiple enemies with this whip has been incredibly unpleasant so far. Is this the last boss fight where we have to fight multiple enemies? I think it is. Right? No. Nito has ads. But they're weak little guys. And you don't technically need to kill them. We could just knock them down with force and call it a day. Uh-huh. Charge? No. Lightning. Leap. Yep. Smo, I can read you like a book. I almost exclusively kill Ornstein first, because I think his armor is cool, and you can get the armor of whichever one dies first, right? I think that's right. Take the free hit when it's offered. Okay, so yeah. So the weird guy we met that goes Aswame when you meet him, the funky guy who sells the weird stuff down in the sewers, he is an interesting vendor who will sell you the armor of a bunch of like the named NPC or like the humanoid bosses that you defeat. So after we beat Ornstein and Smo, you can buy one of their armor sets from him. After you fight Artorias, you can buy Artorias' armor set from them, which is awesome because Artorias' armor set is one of the best looking sets in RPG history. Artorias has such a good look. So good. Still taking damage, buddy? You are not. Okay, we're gonna try for the second poison on this. Ow. Should get to a spot where I can get the heal safely. Right here, right now. Chicken legs? Artorias? He does kind of have chicken legs, yeah. Because his legs are all rotting away under his armor. Because of, reasons. Ow. Ow. Can I get a heal, please? Okay. Okay. Ow. That one too was upsetting. It's fantastic, except oh, I see. I missed a chat there, and I was like, "What's happening? Why did someone just go chicken legs?" It is fantastic, except for the chicken legs. Honestly, you know what? Hot take. It's still fantastic. It's still just a great looking set. I may have spent an unreasonable amount of time invading in an Artorias cosplay setup because cosplay invasions are so much fun. Black Knight set with the chicken legs. I love that. That's a fantastic option. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna try and actually land this stupid jump. Probably would have been faster to go the long way by this point, but that's okay. You gotta make your character super skinny. Oh, so you make the thinnest possible character so the chicken legs are even chickenier. And then you have this ultra bulky armor on top. So they're looking at you from the head down and they're like, oh god, look at this absolute unit, this armored behemoth of a man. Oh. He skipped leg day though. Heads up, guys and gals. Never skip leg day. Okay. Here we go again. We're gonna have to buy more poison, almost certainly, I feel like. Artorias, you suck. No, it's not even Artorias. This is Ornstein. Well, I don't like him either. These last second dodges over here. I'm a huge fan of wearing nothing except the mask of the child because you look so utterly deranged. Ow. Oh, really? His hammer can block my throwing knives? Please be poisoned. Still no? Good God. Still no. There we go. I mean, 3 steps forward, 1 step back, right? It feels like 3 steps forward, 4 steps back, honestly. It really does feel like I'm using up consumables, adding to my little death counter, and just not really getting any meaningful progress a lot of these fights. That's okay. You know, this is a tough fight in the best of cases, and with this comical set of restrictions I've placed upon myself that basically preclude me from doing any reasonable amount of damage, especially against Ornstein, who I still feel is the better one to kill first. Just because if you kill Smo first, then Super Ornstein is going to end your career. And I would rather do the harder phase of the fight against the easier enemy. Ultimate form is called Giant Dad. Giant Dad is such a fascinating one to me because even the creator regrets just breathing it into existence now. And I see why. Although I will say the following thing. When I was playing my like riposte Velka's Rapier build, there was nothing on this earth that has given me more joy in a game than riposting a giant dad and just butchering him in 2 hits. Okay, we can explain Giant Dad to you. So the deal with Giant Dad is there's a YouTuber out there who makes like kind of comedy PvP videos, I would say. So they do these interesting themed builds. But they also did this thing. They also made this movie called He's Back. Just no context. He's back. And the idea is, if you play this build, you can afford you can still wear the heaviest armor in the game. This incredibly trolly-looking Mask of the Father, and you can still get the fastest roll speed. So you have poise and defenses just out the wazoo. And also, you have a weapon that doesn't scale on your stats at all. So your weapon still hits not insanely hard by PvP standards, but pretty hard, with good reach and a good ability to knock people down. And then you basically just hit the light attack button repeatedly, and about 85% of PvP players will die to you. So a lot of players who are, and I really don't mean this disparagingly, but I would say if people are not feeling confident in the game or aren't necessarily great PvPers, a lot of the people who are not great PvPers will use this build to kind of overperform in PvP because it's not that difficult to use. Does that seem like a fair statement? That's how I would classify the Giant Dad situation. Is that it's a very efficient build in terms of effort expended to damage output. So a lot of players who are either not very good or very sweaty will use it, and you can get some pretty good success with it. But exactly like its kind of PvE equivalents, things that are really efficient with simple strategies tend to hit an upper limit in this game. And in case of something like the Giant Dad build, it's anyone who knows how to parry. And if you know how to parry, you will crush a Giant Dad every time. Which is insanely satisfying to do, by the way. But, because your entire build revolves around just spamming the light attack, you're also pretty easy to parry because your attacks are very predictable. But against anyone who doesn't know how to parry, you have typically better reach, better damage, better defenses than they do. And it's really, really easy to win. Okay, we no longer have enough poison knives to poison Artorias. So we either try and fight him without it, or I can see 2 more options here. We either try to fight him without it, we run back and get new consumables, totally an option, or third option, we swing the other way here and we go get a better whip. Syrian, I used to run a Syrian build against, and at a time when Giant Dad was very popular, and confirmed, it is busted. If you get a parry with her offhand weapon, it is crazy. Try once without it. Fair enough. We'll just do one vanilla, plain old, go up and punch him in the face. Then we're going to open this so that better whip is more accessible next time. And then we're going to go get a better whip. The downside is we have to do the entire painted world as one go, because once you go in, you can't easily get out until you get to the end. And my concern is, I don't know... I don't want us to get stuck there, but I'm very worried that we're going to get stuck there if we do it before we kill this guy. That restriction is lifted, essentially, once we have killed Ornstein Smoke. Okay, actually kind of incredible opening. Ornstein, buddy, come on. Come and play. You know, I've gotten way better at understanding their positioning and their timing. And honestly, like, doing the runs with the poison really helped me in terms of learning how to dodge their attacks. I spent several attempts just now just focusing on dodging. Ow. I say as Smo just smushes my face in. But you know what? We're one Estus in. Ah, what was that? Mid-air direction change? Ornstein, my friend, have you heard of physics at all? You can speedrun the painted world decently easily. What I'm worried about is hitting the switch at the bottom with the skeleton wheels, because I don't have the rusted iron ring and I have no shield, and bone wheel skeletons are horrible. And if you don't have a shield, it could be a bad time. What? Okay. Gotta stay focused on this. I'm gonna... Chat, I do love you dearly, but I am gonna try my best to just ignore you for about 3 minutes while I try to kill Ornstein. Smoke, could you get out of the way? Yeah, I forgot to grab the key before I went, so I have the doll, but I forgot about the key, so I couldn't get the ring. Amateur mistake, I know. I've been spending all my time in Dark Souls 3 when I've been doing Souls games, though, recently. And that painted world is a whole different nightmare, which I do not appreciate. Okay. Okay. It's not looking real good in terms of Estus used to enemy health depleted, but you never know. Really thought I was out of reach of that one. God, 67 damage. This is just atrocious. So yeah, I'm a little worried about Painted World. Now, flip side, we could go into the Painted World and just not rest at a bonfire. I mean, that's got its own problems. I feel like we can get Ornstein down. I know he's been a huge pain, but I feel like we can get him. We have over half the deaths of this entire stream right here. Like, this entire journey half of the deaths are right here in this room against this guy. Oh no, no, not quite yet. Because we died a lot trying to do Anorlando archers because of various nonsenses. Which is crazy. Because I almost never died to the Anorlando archers. This time it was rough though. We're gonna do one more here. Archer bad? The archers I don't find usually bad, which is so weird. What the what? Okay. Not an amazing start, I'll grant. Use one of these. As Ornstein does this nonsense? What? Okay. It's the mid-air direction changes for me, friends. And his like weird around the corner charges. Don't no likey. Okay. The frustrating thing is I know we can win this fight. And when we win it, it's probably not even going to be that bad. So the thing is, the new whip has a little bit higher base damage and it has bleed. Now, I don't remember if he's vulnerable to bleed. I feel like he's probably not. Most bosses are not. But it hits a little harder, which would be great. Unfortunately, it's still regular damage, which is, as we can see here, hot garbage against this guy. Yeah, these two are incredibly rude. See, like... It's the undodgeable 1-2, where if you get clipped by one attack, you get guaranteed hit by the other. That's really tough. Like when Ornstein hits you, and then while you're stumbling... You know, Ornstein hits you for 5 or 10% of your health, and then while you're stumbling, Smo hits you for half your health bar. And that's a very frustrating behavior. Okay. We need to utilize roll attacks way more, because they're much faster. So our fastest attack is either rolling or sprinting attack. Which is weird, because I'm not really used to using those as a major part of my repertoire. Are you... Really thought the pillar directly in his way was going to stop him. Nope. Oh, this place. This place. You know, we could also use another 5 points in vitality. Like, there's a lot we could do here. It's definitely a personal fault of mine that I tend to just smash my face against the wall with these two. Even when I could leave and come back fairly easily. Because I hate the run back so much. Flip side, we don't have to do the crawling across the rafters thing anymore. We don't have to do the archers again. You know, we have all the shortcuts open now, so it wouldn't be that bad a run back. You run into Sense Fortress, you take the cage, you know, zip, zip, zip across the battlements, you touch the ring, you run down the stairs, you take the elevator, you're here, pretty much. Ah? That's what we needed. That's not what we needed. Also, what the f... Okay. I wish we could have the Guardian Tail for this fight. 'Cause that thing has poison damage. Yeah, I mean that's like a huge thing of the Dark Souls, Demon Souls world is that shortcuts are a what? What? Shortcuts are a really big part of the identity of the games. Um, so it's not as bad as it could be. We farm up some souls, yada yada yada. We maybe go back to the asylum very quickly to get the rusted iron ring. Hopefully don't get stuck in the painted world for too long. That one, like, I find that deaths that feel real bullshit in Dark Souls don't feel like they come around that often. But boy howdy, did 90% of them cluster in this fight. I think that a lot of it has to do with the way Ornstein's abilities animate, actually. In that they're not actually broken, they just often feel broken because his animation will get kind of like stuck on a pillar or something. And then he'll jolt forward, which feels really glitchy and weird. That's why I prefer fighting Super Smo, because his animations make a lot more... They feel a lot more readable to me, like this thing. That can kind of like slip around corners and other weird stuff. Nope. Okay, we just gotta stay focused. Keep our fundamentals, yada yada yada, Dodge correctly. What? Really feel like I was out of that one, but alright. I really feel like I was out of that one too. Partly because neither one of them touched me. But you never know. I apologize, chat, that we've had a whole stream that's just been this fight. Might just be this fight. I hate this place so much sometimes. It really depends on the build. Like when I was here with my, Quilex Fury Sword build, this fight was just fine. Because partly that thing melts Smo in like 3 hits. It's so easy and fast. But honestly, having one of these slower weapons in the game, I guess like I could be using an Ultra Greatsword or something. That would be slower. But at least that would hit for good damage. If we were doing Greatsword plus 10 instead of Whip plus 10, we'd be hitting these guys for 400, and it would be a whole different bag of tricks. Right? Actually great hits. Nope. Okay, we gotta bait a hit from Smo here. Okay. Okay, I should have gotten behind the pillar. That's my bad. I'm gonna take the next hit and die. Yep. See, here's the problem though, right? Like the first quarter of his health that we did with taking absolutely no damage, that tells me we can absolutely do this. It's just a matter of staying consistent for a little longer. Alright, we're just gonna get a light on so that the tracker can see me. Because it is getting a little dark where I am. We'll have a little water. Let's go kill him. You know what? Let's... Super simple, right? Let's just go hit him enough times for him to die. And then we'll go do our next thing. Thank you, Dr. Hardbody. I'm now sitting up straight. Super easy stuff, right? We're just going to go chop him with the whip a bunch of times. We're going to utilize our roll attacks and especially our sprinting attacks more, because sprinting attacks hit for almost double what the standard light attack hits for. They hit really, really hard, and they're actually faster too. Like, they're pretty quick. They have good reach, and we can use it to kite around his hits. Okay. Oh, what? Alright. What the Or, I guess, you know, that'll happen. I mean, that's really the moral of the story, I think, for this run, is friendship has been ended with whip light attacks in general. They are bad. They are not good. And I hate them. Okay. I know I'm in one more fight mode, but we're gonna do it one more time. So I think if we're gonna do poison again, we actually want to poison him and then still stay relatively close and keep fighting him in melee, because the long range attacks of the thing have been killing me. Either Smo's weird little charges or Ornstein's long little charges. Those things have been kind of kicking our ass. Cool. Comes. Okay. Good job. Good job. Good hits. Could you not with the lightning bolts for 1 second, my guy? So, I'm in the middle of something over here. If you could chill for like 2 seconds, that would be really appreciated. Thank you. No, that's not what chilling is, Smo. Incredibly rude, sir. It's not how you make friends, buddy. Okay. We're not really doing so great, but we're not doing so badly either. Need Smo to get off my back for 1 second here. Which he will not do. So the roll attack, while really useful, has very poor range. Whereas the sprint attack, good range, good damage, decent speed. I mean, none of the whip attacks are, you know, what I would call fast. We're gonna die. No? Yep, because we can't roll past the pillar. I think the thing that is so frustrating about this fight, with this build, is the knowledge that, like, the second we get Ornstein down, we basically win the fight for free. Because Ornstein is so much harder than Smo. He's easily twice as hard, I would say, for this loadout. So as soon as he goes down, we just clean up this fight super easily. And then we're done. And that unlocks a kind of key piece of the game that I would really like for getting that other whip, doing the rest of the stuff that we want to do, fighting the other bosses, yada yada yada. Okay. So there's a piece of me that really wants to just like work on it until our dodges are good enough. It's what we did with gargoyles, you know. We just kind of drilled away at them until we could hit them enough that we won. What the Smo, that was some bullshit. And I think you know that. Nope. Okay. Yeah, this fight really does have a tendency, I think, to be a perfect storm of nonsense that you don't want to deal with in your life. You've got long range attacks, you've got huge wide sweeping AoEs, you've got multiple opponents with very different speed. You've got lots of visual blocking happening with our buddy Smo over there, because he's a little on the larger side. And you have a lot of attacks that you can't get out of, because if you get hit by any one of them, you're very likely to get hit by a second attack that you can't avoid because of the number of frames that you're staggered for, which is one of the crummier feeling ways to die, in my opinion. Oh, and Smo can move Ornstein around with his hammer, which is really unfortunate. Cool. So we've done almost no damage, and we've used 4 of our 10 heals. Cool. Okay, flip side, we just cleaned up right there. It doesn't take that many good openings like that, you know, that's the killer, right? Like 6, 7 more good sets like that, he's done. It takes enough though with this build. That's not who I want to hit. That's who I want to hit. Okay. Okay, great, great, great. Whole bunch of good hits. So now flip side, we did a quarter or more of his health bar with no damage taken, all in one go right there, which is really good. And now we're taking some hits. We're gonna feel so good when we win this fight, though. Yep. One free hit. It's just one, but a hit is a hit, no matter how small. Or something. And then Ornstein basically one-shots us. Just stay focused, Slime. Smoke catches me in mid-roll. Ugh. Ugh. This is a tough build to fight them with. If the rules of this challenge allow me to equip a shield for 10 minutes, I think we could clean this up. But they don't. So we're going to focus on the positive, which is we got a couple really, really good hits in there. And we are improving. We're dodging a higher percentage of hits overall. It just needs to be a little higher for us to get Ornstein down, I think. Because it's not actually that many hits for us to die. It's really just when we get hit multiple times in a row that's really killing us. Because we're almost always dying with flasks available too. One. Yeah, unfortunately Ornstein's going to be at 67 a hit. He's like 25 or 30 hits, I think. Ugh. Hey, Smoke, could you get off my face, please? Okay. There we go. Okay. Nope. Shouldn't have attacked. Shouldn't have healed. I mean, the other big challenge, of course, with fighting multiple enemies is the difficulty of getting a chance to reset your fight a little bit and get yourself healed up or get your stamina back. Oh, just out of reach. I rolled the wrong way. Okay. Einstein's at about, like, what, 2/3? I've got about 2/3 of my flasks left. Ugh. That would leave us very low on heals for our second phase. At this rate, we need to do a little better than we're doing if we want to win this fight. That's not better. That's actually quite a bit worse. That's better. That's a lot better. That was really good, actually. Getting to weave in those hits in between his attacks like that, that's pretty much where we're going to get it. That's the problem, though, is that in order to hit Ornstein while Smo is distracted, the windows are so few that you either need to dodge everything or you need to take riskier strategies to exploit smaller openings. I mean, like, it's a great piece of design for a game to try and get you to make these kind of decisions, right? Like, you either have to take more risk to try and get hits when you otherwise, you know, would just let it go by, or you need to dodge even better. Okay, we got 2 more. He's low. This is actually looking okay now. Especially because we do have humanity for emergency heals if we must. Oh, I thought he was going to shoot lightning from a distance. Thought there was ranged attack coming. It wasn't. Okay, we got 4 Estus left. Okay. if we must. Here comes the dash. 2. Oh. Even with Smo shoving him into a better position to hit me, he still misses. Nope, nope. We roll away from that this time. He's hit us with that before this fight. Come on. Just gonna play it a little safe. So we can get Ornstein. Yep, the charge. Charge is a good one. If he does that charge and we're able to roll to the side, it's... what? It's basically a guaranteed hit? Okay. I also really want you to be able to see the Super Smoke cutscene because it's absolutely hilarious. We're gonna be at basically 0 Estus when Super Smoke comes on the field, if we get to him this fight. This is as close as we've ever been. Oh, this build sucks. I'm realizing now that I really should have gone just for like a fire or some kind of pure elemental enchant on the whip, so that we weren't dependent on dex, and then put all my points into vitality endurance, which I didn't. And which we are now paying for. No. Doing amazing, sweetie. I appreciate your words of confidence. This is pretty rough. I'd say I'm not a great Dark Souls player by any stretch, but I usually beat ONS in less than 20 attempts. He's down. We have 1 flask left. We have 8 humanities. Here it is. Cutscene. Chance to wipe the sweat off my hands. Okay. So yeah, they're not really friends. They just work together. Like, if it's Ornstein, he puts a hand on Smo's chest and is like, "Oh, my fallen brother," and Smo's just like, "Blammo! What? What? What?" That man changed directions on his last hit. Oh, at least I'm pretty sure he did. Oh. We got a lot closer, chat. I'm gonna say, by the time we're done with this nonsense, watch us like one-shot every other boss in this game. Like, yeah, we beat Ornstein and Smo with this build. Some punk who's much slower than them and also does less damage than them. Like, get out of here. That really hurt my feelings. Ah, we were doing great though. Isn't the bonk fantastic though? He is easier than Super Ornstein though. Do we want to try Super Ornstein one more time? Okay. I guess that'll happen. Since we've gotten so much better at dodging Ornstein, I wonder if that might be easier. Like, Smo's infinitely easier to kill. Let's give it a shot, right? Reduce the number of fighters on the field faster. Also, we hit Smo twice as hard as we hit Ornstein. Let's give it one more try. Ow! Okay, that was incredibly inappropriate, sir. Jump, please. Yep. Oh, that was a real skin of our teeth dodge. Okay, like, yeah, Smo does go down so much faster. It's just insulting. Okay. I do really strongly wish that Ornstein couldn't hit me through walls. Especially given that I can't hit him through walls. It's one of the very few times in Dark Souls when it's only one way and not the other. I don't think I can. Maybe if I had a greatsword or like a great spear or something. Ooh. Okay, yeah, smoke goes down so easily. Like, look at this jump. Okay. He's at like 2 or 3 hits from dead, and we still have 5 Estus to go. So as long as we don't get, you know... Oh, boo. As long as we don't get one-shot by Ornstein on the way out, should be in really good shape. Get out of here, Smo. No. No! Don't hit me during cutscene times. Yeah, look at the difference in these 2 cutscenes. Because we had Bonk, obviously, but now we have this much more, like, solemn... I will absorb my fallen brother's power and use it to destroy the interloper energy. Okay, to be fair, yeah, these dudes suck. Whip build, it's no good, Peter. Here's my hot take for the day. The whip is not a good weapon, and you shouldn't use it. Okay. I mean, we all knew that already, I'm pretty sure. That was like the whole point of this run. What? Ah! Oh, that was some last second horseshit right there. I apologize for that profane language, chat. That was some nonsense, though. Okay. Oh, we were really close to getting caught in that one. And that one. We're getting some damage in, though. Ow. We don't have a lot of healing left. What? Yo. Hold the phone. I thought I was invulnerable during that part of my role. Many a controller has impacted a screen after this fight. You are correct, sir. So, getting to Super Ornstein is much easier. Super Ornstein himself is really tough, though. Because of how slow this weapon is. With a faster weapon, I think we'd do a lot better. Or with you know, any kind of shield, honestly. No, Papa John's, I just want to watch a fight. Friendo, you will not be watching a fight. You'll be watching a slaughter. As I get just taken to the cleaners by these two. We have put almost 15 deaths on the board just today against these guys. Hey, at least we're efficient, right? Alright, I'm back to hitting this guy. No. No, Smo, get out of here. Nobody wants you. Even your own king doesn't want you, okay? How was getting past the archers? Weirdly, the archers have always been kind to me, except for this time, where I died like 8 to 10 times in that area. I don't think I have ever died to the archers more than once before in a run. And then this time it's just like, no, You're gonna get hit by every random lightning bolt and other clippity nonsense imaginable. We should probably use a heal. Heal? What? I think the nature of our insanely slow weapon and its terrible garbage stats really just make this really tough. Hey, we made it to 90, friends. We hit Ornstein for 60 with an R1, so, you know, this is a slow fight, which unfortunately means you have to dodge really well for much longer. And in addition, your weapon's so slow that your openings are much fewer and further between. I have talked to Friend Giant. Now I'm weighing my options. RE Lightning Whip at this point. We would lose our scaling, which is like a significant amount of damage. However, we would gain a bunch of lightning damage, which would kill Smo really fast, but Ornstein really slow. I think weirdly regular damage is marginally better for this fight. Friend Giant will sell me all kinds of good things. I would love it if he would sell me a whip that wasn't garbage. Like, Dark Souls damage types being what they are. What was that even? Did Smo knock him forward so the charge hit me? What an incredibly rude one, too. Thank you so much, Dr. Hardbody. That's incredibly kind of you. You've gifted 6 subs to the channel. That is wild. My #1 supporter out here. I think it's probably why it says first next to your name. Simply the best. Oh, big. Big hits. Okay, we took a little hit, but we got some good damage in. Nope, we died. So the problem is, all 3 whips in the game all do regular damage, meaning they suck real bad against anybody in armor. And you may or may not have noticed this about their design, but they're both wearing a lot of armor. Okay, while we're mutzing with consumables and other fun stuff, I do have a couple things I want to try. Because another option might be to go rotten pine resin. In which case we could keep Artorias poisoned, not Artorias, Ornstein, poisoned by just, you know, we could apply some pine resin and just go womp 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 and chop them up. It doesn't last that long, but it might be another option as far as getting some poison dots on him without trying to wedge the knives in, because getting the knife hits in is part of what's getting us killed, I feel. Let's give it a try. You know, we got a couple. That's what they're for. Okay. Or he'll just, you know, obliterate my health bar effortlessly. Nope. Nope, we're gonna die. This is the problem, is that you have to spend so much time with this build, especially since you can't block any hits. You have to spend so much time running that weapon buffs don't feel like they make any sense. Because you're going to spend 90% of your time just running away from them. Yeah, every mistake is punished incredibly hard, and part of the challenge with Dark Souls No Shield is every mistake is punished even harder. Because if I had a shield, you know, I could probably win this fight pretty easily. But we don't. And these guys can't be parried, and even if I could parry, I can't riposte. And, you know. I'm gonna respectfully disagree with you there, Peter. On this fight, shield is absolutely the way. I do enjoy this game, yeah. I'm even enjoying this fight. With his Vi, at least you're doing damage, though. It's a slow weapon, though. Yeah, the best thing to fight these two with is, oh yeah, you could actually stagger Ornstein, I bet, huh? The whip will stagger exactly nobody. Its poise damage, if you're curious, is 20. Which may as well be 0. Against anything that's not a hollow. You can stagger Smo. With this Vi. That's upsetting to me. I am really upset to hear that. Whip is the worst, so what's the best? 20 is not a lot. I think this Zweihander's R1 is 53 poise damage or so. Wait for his buggy little slash to be done. Now, in my opinion, the best weapon in this entire game is the Gold Tracer. I don't think it actually gets any better. And for this fight, there is no weapon I would rather have in my hand than a Gold Tracer at maximum, or a Gold Tracer +5. Okay. Okay. I think this is a wipe it situation. I'll try and live. Well, see, every time I'm like, oh, we're doomed, we're gonna lose this fight, I immediately get, you know, 4 hits in a row that are really good. Okay, we're gonna get behind this thing. We're gonna get another heal in. Because you never know, really, is the thing. Well, I think when you're a better player than me, you do know, but I never know. Actually, an incredible roll. The best roll of my life, right there. Listen, this is better than I've ever played. Thank you, Peter. You know, that is moderately encouraging to hear. These two are a really brutal combo, and I love them for this, honestly. They are designed to check you between the first and the second half of the game. This is the end of the first half. And if you're not good enough, you're just not. And that's not a bad thing. And of course, like anything, there's ways to cheese the fight, you know. You can chill out behind a great shield while your summon does all the work. Probably could have gotten a second hit in right there. Oh yeah, and it's supposed to be. There are a couple fights that do this really, really well in this game. This is one of them. Quelaag is the other one. Because if you're not using a summon especially, like without a Phantom, Quelaag forces you to learn the mechanics of this game. Because otherwise she'll just wreck you without mercy. Just like that. I tried to spam my roll button. I should not have spammed. I should have paused and taken the time and done my second roll when it was the right time instead of panicking and just smashing the button. But I didn't. Dead. Oh, yeah, so I said conservatively 150 deaths. I'm going to say conservatively 200 deaths. We're going to die so much this game. Honestly, 150 might still be closer to right. I think that when we get through this portion, get our other whip, you know, I think we're going to start hitting so much harder and doing... Yeah, panicking and smashing buttons is bad. Shout out to both this and Devil May Cry for doing mechanics that discourage button mashing. I don't know if you ever played Devil May Cry, but combos will... Ooh, Bed of Chaos. It's not great. It could be better, let's say. Um, Here comes the flippity-whippity charge. Oh, 2 hits for free. A 3rd hit for free? Yep. Ooh, good start. Good start. I don't know if I don't know if I would consider any Bed of Chaos strategy cheese. It's kind of a weird gimmick boss fight in the first place. So I don't know that I would say you're cheesing it if you beat Bed of Chaos. Bed of Chaos is just kind of a cheesy fight. Ooh, hello. Good day, sir. Okay, 2 more hits. Love it. I mean, yeah, they literally just didn't finish the boss battle. You know, deadlines were looming. They did what they had to do. At the end of the day, I'm not mad at any of the boss fights in this game. Even Bed of Chaos, as much as it is 100% the worst boss fight in this game, in terms of design. It's just not fun. It's not good. You're either going to get clipped by some wonky attack and knocked off a ledge, or you're going to have an easy time, with extremely little in between. Okay, so like we're getting there. Thank you, chat. Your encouragement is the inspiration I need to keep drilling away at these 2 idiots. Ho ho ho! Alright, Ornstein, come and get it. Really? Really? Okay. Did not expect to get hit by that first thrust, but okay. I guess that's just how it goes sometimes. Nobody's lactose intolerant here? I love that. That's beautiful. Even if you are lactose intolerant, you know, there's lactose-free cheeses. There's options. Ooh. Come on, Arnstein, try and hit me. Try and hit me. Come on. Lactose-free Jesus? I think most Jesuses are lactose-free. I would have to double check, but maybe not the ones that appear in like butters or stuff, but you know, most of them probably are. Okay to eat if you're lactose intolerant. Okay, we're just gonna bully Ornstein into the corner this time. Yeah, you thought it was your turn to bully me? No, no, no. Yeah, didn't he appear in a grilled cheese for somebody or something one time? That's not a lactose-free Jesus. I'm pretty sure it was American cheese. But you could have been using like a nice aged cheese with no lactose, and then you'd get a lactose-free grilled Jesus. Thank you for tolerating this aside about grilled cheese appearances of, you know, certain saviors. Is American cheese cheese? I believe so, yeah. I mean, it's a cheese type product, at least. You know what? Not mad about that one. We had some really good hits. We had some really good dodges. I think it's clear that we are improving at the fight. Part of my goal with this was going in with the understanding that, one, it's a lot of suffering, because that's what we do on this channel, and especially for something that chat is doing as a channel point reward. Like, part of the thing is, like, if I'm not suffering, what are we even doing here? But the other thing is that I consider this my own little trial by fire for Dark Souls. in that if you are not good at the game, you are not going to win with a one-handed weapon and no shield. You're just not. You're going to get good at dodging, or you're going to die trying. In this case, I'm going to do a decent bit of both. Like, that set of dodges was really outstanding. Come on, punk. The last time I ran out of stamina for the last dodge, but still, like, it was a pretty good set. That was less good. As is my usual, I dodge a little too early. It's been my curse this entire playthrough. I sort of wish they did damage to each other. That would be an interesting way for the fight to go. I would love to see a boss in a game like this where they were invulnerable to your weapons and only did damage to each other. Like, where you had to kite their attacks into each other. I think that would be a really cool encounter. Ow. Thought he was doing a different move because I couldn't see him behind Smo's stupid everything. Hey, milestone reached, 95. Celebrate good times. Yeah, I want to see a boss fight where you have like a fast-moving, like really agile archer enemy and then a really slow enemy, something like the Dark Souls 1 or the Demon Souls The Rotten. Or no, the Rotten is a Dark Souls 2 boss. Or the Dirty Colossus. Or Rotten Colossus from Demon Souls, where he's a big, slow guy who's very vulnerable to certain kinds of damage. And I'd say, okay, here's the deal. This is a boss who's going to regenerate health rapidly, unless he's damaged by, say, fire. And I'd put him early enough in the game that the player doesn't really have access to fire damage yet, or only has access to it in limited quantities. So the idea is that you have to kite these, like, flame archers around to get them to try and hit him while they're trying to hit you. But that'd be fun. So here's my hot take. I think Demon Souls is the best Soulsborne. I am one of those crummy hipsters who's like, it was the best before everybody knew about it. You know? 100% that's my viewpoint here. Ooh. It does have a couple gimmick fights. Specifically, Dragon God is completely a gimmick battle. But I think it's a cool gimmick battle. And I enjoy it more than Bed of Chaos, which, to be fair, the low bar, but the interconnected world being gone is a sad thing. I think it was a technical limitation more than anything on their part, and you might be surprised. Oh, we gotta update our death counter. Almost forgot. So while the entire world isn't interconnected, the density of things like shortcuts and double back routes is quite high in several of the zones. Not quite Dark Souls 1 high, but it's up there. Nope. Miss. Obviously, Dark Souls 1 is the GOAT here. But I personally enjoyed Demon Souls more. Also, Demon Souls has my very favorite Soulsborne weapon in the entire franchise. I'm a huge Gold Tracer enjoyer, but the Blue Blood Sword is where I live. That is my favorite weapon. Mostly because it is bugged. And they graciously preserved the bug for us in the remake. In that it was the only weapon in the game to scale off luck. And because of its wonky luck scaling, it double scales off of enchanted abilities. Like if you use enchant weapon or whatever on it, or magic weapon, it gets the scaling twice, and it hits so unreasonably hard. Okay, sitting up straight, fighting Ornstein and Smo. I have a favorite weapon from every game even. It's Blue Blood Sword for Demon Souls. It's the Gold Tracer for this game. Although pre-DLC, it's 100% Velka's Rapier, which is another very cool, flavorful weapon. Stream froze. Just you. Okay. I'm gonna say I am in the thick of it right now, so I will attempt to fix the stream if it's broken in a minute. So yeah, pre-DLC it was Velka's Rapier in this game, because it's a cool split magic and physical damage rapier with an interesting, unique, heavy attack. 10 out of 10. We love to see it. Oh. I need to roll into Ornstein's attacks way more. And just bully him a little harder, honestly. I'm giving him too much space. We've taken, well, as I was saying it, we took damage, but we had up till that point taken no damage this fight. And then, of course, we got hit twice in a row. We're actually still doing really well, though. Okay. Really thought he was going to get caught on the pillar. Like that was what I was intending for. My positioning was a little off. Roll? No? Are we just not doing that all the time now? Weird. I'm gonna break my controller playing this game at this rate. Nope, we're dead. In Dark Souls 2, which is my least favorite Souls game, BTW for anyone who's curious, my favorite weapon was probably... I didn't like a lot of the weapons in that game. It's probably Moonlight Greatsword in Dark Souls 2, because the weapon set options just aren't as good in my mind. The other options are just not as cool. But shout out to Dark Souls 2 for having the best dual wield of any of the Dark Souls games by far. And in Dark Souls 3, it is... oh, it is the Old Wolf Greatsword, for sure. Because again, I don't like Dark Souls 3's uniques as much. But the Old Wolf Greatsword is a fun throwback weapon from Dark Souls 1. It's probably very telling that my favorite weapon in all the Souls games is a Dark Souls 1 weapon. Probably not ideal. I think Souls 1 had the best weapon variety, though. You know, I mean, you had stuff like the Moonlight Greatsword. You had, although that's older than Dark Souls, but... And I really wish that they had kept its Demon Souls unique variant instead. Because the Demon Souls Moonlight Greatsword is incredibly weird. And a very unique weapon that requires kind of special counterplay and is a really, really interesting weapon with a lot of nuance. Which, I mean, in Demon Souls, there are two swords, the Moonlight Greatsword and Blind, that go through shields like they aren't there. And it is such a cool mechanic, and it fixes so many issues in PvP. Because if someone is turtling up and you have a Moonlight Greatsword in the mix, you just kind of are like, okay. And you just chop them. Ornstein, could you walk any faster, my guy? Jesus, you getting paid by the hour over here or what? Aren't you salaried? Get over here. Good lord. Like, nah, I'm just gonna hang. 2 hits. Um. So yeah. Demon Souls 1 had a lot of interesting like troll weapons. What? What? All right. So you could do stuff like that. Like, I used to PvP with somebody who was running the scraping spear, which degrades the durability of everything that your opponent has equipped by 15% every hit. And so every 8 hits, essentially, you break all their gear. And the comedic factor of just breaking somebody's sword and watching them back off and equip a different weapon, and then rolling forward and breaking their next sword, just priceless. Okay. What? Got some decent hits in there at least. Already down 4 flasks though. It's far from ideal. Okay. Weird. Unexpected. Okay. 2 more hits. He's under half. Like, we are getting there. Smoke, could you get out of the way, please? Really interrupting my flow here. Were you eating chicken and watching me on the big screen? That sounds like a good time. Ow. Also, it's kind of wonky. These are some of the like bosses are the only enemies who can't hit each other. No, most of them can't, right? Some enemies can hit each other if they're part of different teams or whatever. I don't know. Not sure I understand it because I used an enemy to kill the stupid ninja to get the ring in the first place. Get our little flippy-doo ring. Okay. Roll, please. Please. I beg you. Controller. Controller, please. Alrighty. Well, I hope that it's enjoyable to watch me die repeatedly. I can't imagine that it is, but I don't know. Every time I say that, chat keeps going, no, we're having a good time. So, alright. I guess actually the flip side is this, right? I have been trying for, I think, roughly 8 years now to find a Dark Souls video that was mostly somebody dying and slowly getting better and better at a boss until they killed it because the payoff was extremely rewarding. So maybe it does make sense that people want to watch that because I've been looking for that video for years and I can never find it. My camera made us scream? What? What happened? Did something crazy happen? Did I miss something? Oh, don't get hit, don't get hit. Don't get hit. Oh, the camera angle during boss fights? Yeah, it can be a little kooky on these fights. It has a little trouble with enemies that are extremely fast in terms of tracking them. So, unfortunately, Dragon Slayer Ornstein. When he does that crap, especially. And sometimes your camera fills up with Smo's butt because you're fighting Ornstein and, you know, stuff is happening. Nope. Nope. Okay, you know what? If we back off and we don't get any hits, but we also don't get hit, is he bugged? No. Hey, get unstuck so you can come over here. Oh god, he's stuck on the back of Smo's leg. Oh, that was scary. See, that kind of stuff makes enemies unpredictable. And in Souls, unpredictable is dead. Okay, we got 2 hits for free. And 2 more, not for free, but we still probably don't need a flask. Now we're gonna need a flask. Nope, nope, we dodged them all. Now we need a flask. Ooh. Ooh, we had some nice dodges in that mix. Yep, yep, yep. Running attack. 2 of us have running attacks, Trump. Actually, 3 of us have running attacks. Can I get out of this corner, please? You don't want to be here. Yeah, Ornstein is such a strange one to fight because he's alternately so fast and so slow. Like, here he is just, you know, cruising around with the speed of, I don't know, a district manager on their way to do their actual job. And other times, he's on his way with the speed of a general manager who heard you were on your phone. So we're gonna use retail analogies for everything now. Are they all named Dan, these managers? I think some of them are probably named like Mike or Seth or Clyde also. Manager Clyde does not work for me for some reason. I don't like that. Here's the thing. I am an equal opportunity disliker of anybody in middle or upper management for the most part. My current workplace may be withstanding at this point because those folks have been very, very cool. But ow, I should not have done that. Really, you should not take a swing unless you know where both of your opponents are. Here's what makes this fight so exhausting. Ornstein's about half, a little over. Okay, we're getting there. See, like, we are consistently having more Estus flasks in the bank as we get our enemies lower. Ow. That one was weird. Fair enough. Okay. I just want to have enough health and enough flasks left that I can beat Smo when we're done. Can the game hear you talking shit? I think it probably can sometimes. Technically, I don't believe that's a capability, but in my soul, I feel that the game can absolutely hear you. If you're like, this boss is bullshit, it's like, oh, you haven't seen bullshit yet. It's also like, oh, I see you're showing Dark Souls to your friends. Do you want to play the worst Dark Souls you've ever played in your life? You're kind of like, not really, man. Well, hope you're ready to anyways. So we're gonna come out of this with probably no flasks, if any, if we even get to Super Smo. One more. There we... Oh, rude. Okay. We're on to humanity for heals. Okay, this is like a really bad idea. I'm gonna do it anyways. Because this guy's slow. Mmm. Ugh. Ugh. I got greedy. I exactly got greedy. Exactly like you just told me not to do in chat. I got way too greedy. But you know what? Closer and closer, friends. We are ever approaching victory. I mean, we are approaching it by the tiniest imaginable margins, but we are approaching it. This is my other gaming skill. I can just grind a section endlessly, even with no results, without going insane. Really? We're gonna get killed by this knight if we're not careful. I don't even know some days. Okay. So unfortunately, we don't have a very large ember, because we can't yet. I guess we could technically get it now, which would give us access to plus 15 weapons, which hit much harder. There we go. That would be one route to more power. More levels would be another route. We could increase our dexterity another about 7 points and still get good gains. We could also increase our health or our other stats. You know, maybe more endurance to have a little more stamina. More vitality to have more hit points. You know, there are some other options there if we want to back off from this fight. I think I'll go until a nice round 100, though. Alright. Come at me, kiddos. I would really like to kill you at 99 if I could. Nope, no touchy. Maybe we do kill Smo first. Okay. Okay. What a weird start. I do hate that charge with an absolute passion. Okay. That wasn't actually that bad a little clip we took. Okay. Okay. Ooh, the hands are sweaty. For some reason. Oh, it's gonna be a nice feeling when we finally put these two down. Oh. Okay, we at least got the hit though. 67 damage. What? What the hogwash was that? We were just talking about how nice it is to finally win, yeah. And in that sense, I do kind of want to just go for it and just stick it out. Because it's going to feel good when we win this fight. And we will. Not this time, though. Hey, milestone achieved. Oh, good. See, I put the death counter in the right place, so I don't have to move it over yet. I won't have to move it over for another 800 or 900 deaths. I hope that we don't hit 4 digits on this run. If we do, then something truly horrific has happened. Or I'm trying to do all the DLC bosses. What? Okay. Just gonna reset this real quick. Time for a clip show? Oh boy. You know, since I have the better editing setup for this, I will make a supercut of like just the 5 seconds preceding each and every one of our deaths. If I don't go insane trying to scrub through, you know, like however many hours of footage for them. Also, that video is going to get long. Like, yeah, not to brag, but my deaths montage is one of the longest videos on YouTube. It is not. And it won't be. I used to follow a creator who regularly makes 3.5-hour long documentaries about the MMO they play, so we're in no danger of being the longest video on YouTube with a death montage. Just a half second before every death. 2 deaths a second. I mean, even so, right now, this would be almost a minute-long video. That could be kind of great. Yeah, we'll put it together. Okay. 2. Get up. Come on, Smo, get out of here. This is my house now. Ooh, I don't know, chat. I'm feeling it today. I think I think we've reached the symbolic hump. Come at me, Ornstein. Nah. Nah. Come at me, buddy. Come on. What's wrong, buddy? You having a little trouble getting those hits? I'm talking altogether too much shit for a boss who's killed me 40 times. Yep, there's the hit. Ornstein is having a lot of trouble hitting me today. As he won. I wasn't quite dead. I wasn't quite dead. No. Okay, we've, I think, proven, though, that it's very possible, right? Like, that opening salvo was so good and so clean that I just need to not get over-greedied and just watch my guys. And we'll just go pick this up. Punished for hubris. Absolutely was. Okay, but the first To be fair, the first part of that fight was so good though. And that's exactly the problem with Souls, right? Is you start a fight out really strong and you're feeling so good, you've got all these heals in the bank, and you're just like, yeah, nothing can stop me. And then, Calamite or Artorias or whoever just slaps you silly. Okay, we gotta go into this with the World of Warcraft raid mentality. It does not matter if a boss is one hit away. You stay focused, you stay calm, you stay collected, and you just take him down. Okay. Artor, dude, would he deign to get hit at least once here? Here we go. Stay calm. Stay collected. Okay. We are zen. We are calm. We're just getting the hits as they appear to us. Dark Souls is really phenomenal for its ability to punish hubris, almost unlike any other game. Noit does really, really good at it too, actually. Bro, will you deign to get hit? It does feel like, if it pleases your grace, if I could deplete your hit points to 0. If it please the court, it does not. Here's a fun spoiler alert. This isn't even the real Ornstein. The real Ornstein probably died a long time ago. Yeah. It is... Well, no, actually, hold up. No, you get Ornstein's soul. So it is the real Ornstein and Smo. Ooh, okay, so that means they don't know, probably. So here is a fun thing about Anor Londo. The only thing in Anor Londo that's real is the architecture and the Silver Knights. Everything else basically is an illusion. So Gwyn's various kids are strange, and one of his kids is maintaining an illusion of most of Anor Londo to kind of make people not realize how bad things are. Because spoiler alert, they're real bad. So, among other things, the sun in Anor Londo is an illusion. The giant sentinel guys, those are an illusion. Most things. Guinevere, who we're going to talk to once we kill these two, she's an illusion. If you hit her, just like an illusionary wall, she takes one hit and disappears. And then the sky goes dark and things are scary. So these two are... I needed to correct myself here. Since you get Ornstein or Smo's soul when you fight them, they are real. These are the real... This is the real Ornstein and Smo. I predict that they probably don't know that what they're guarding is not real. I don't necessarily feel that they would vibe with that. So... Yeah, you can kill Guinevere. It's not generally recommended. Ooh, that one hurt. Because... Okay, against that long leaping attack... Okay. Nope. So against that long leaping attack, I need to dodge way later than I think. Let's not get ahead of ourselves there. Um, so yeah, Guinevere's here as an illusion to keep the chosen undead on the rails, basically, of the adventure. Um, if you want my personal theory, it's that the thing they're asking you to do is really crappy, but they really don't want you to know that. So they're trying to put on this very big show of everything being bright, shiny, and, you know, couch this as all the trials of the great chosen one. When, like, there's really no such thing as a chosen undead. It's just you're the one who survived, basically. And actually, very much like Gwyn, in terms of linking the fire, they're basically fattening you up for this purpose. The stronger you are, the more brightly your soul burns, the better and longer you will act as kindling for this fire. So yeah, hot take, I consider Frampt, the little snaky guy we talked to, absolutely the bad guy of this story. Ouch. Okay. We'll just get reset here a little bit. Nope. Yeah, so essentially they're fattening you up for the slaughter because when Gwyn linked the fire, essentially what's been sustaining the Age of Fire this whole time is Gwyn burning alive in the bonfire. Oof. Yep. And so yeah, here's the thing. I'm much happier being stuck on a fight and talking lore with y'all than I am winning the fight and moving on and not talking lore. So we're talking lore. So Gwyn has, so like as the fire started to fade, Gwyn decided to relink the flame, which bought everybody a lot more time, but he's been burning alive in there for a little bit now, some untold number of centuries probably. And he's basically burned out. So it sounds really nice when Kingseeker Frampt says your role is to succeed Lord Gwyn and link the fire. That sounds really cool and dramatic. He doesn't so much tell you that this is, hey, I would love it if you could act as a big fuel log for this, because we ran out a minute ago. And that's what's causing the undead to rise. Second hit. Third hit. Get out of here. Dark Souls is a weird one because you need a certain amount of confidence, I think, to fight these bosses, but you don't need too much or you'll die. Did I stagger Ornstein with the whip? Oh, we are lighting this dude up today. Stamina, come back. Yeah, we gotta stay much closer to him. That was a short little fight, but dang. If we can stay in like that, he can't use the abilities that tend to hit us. And we can just slice and dice him. That was borderline good, friends. Any hoodles. So yeah, our job as per the Kingseeker is to get burned alive for eternity until they can round up somebody else who's dumb enough to come do this and get burned alive with us. It's not ideal. So Dark Souls 2 and 3 explore this concept a little bit more, in that by the time of Dark Souls 2, they've already linked the fire 5 or 6 times. There is another choice here. Here you can also choose to usher in an Age of Darkness by letting the fire go out. Now here's the other thing though. The other snake, our boy sitting up straight, the other snake, Dark Takarkath, tells us that if we usher in the Age of Dark, everything's going to be hunky-dory, because that would be better for the world, basically. However, when we get to go do DLC stuff in Ulasil, we can find out that this is also untrue. It's very easy for the Dark to also go really badly. So the thing is, neither of these options are that good. And it's not until later that we even figure out how to have a better option. Yes. So darkness is linked to humanity because the part that Koth tells us that is true. This is my favorite thing. Both serpents tell us stuff that is true, but both serpents are also actively misleading us. Ooh. See those really clean dodges, by the way? Hmm. The cleanest. Okay. So, the part that Darkstalker Koth says that is true is that Manus is the progenitor of humanity, and that his soul is the Dark Soul. Linus, hello. Ornstein and Smo have kicked our ass about 30 times so far. Actually, they've beaten us 29 times. No, more than that, but they've beaten us 29 times tonight. Ooh. Now, yes, there is strong evidence that Koth and Frampt are two heads of the same creature. As per the Serpent Round Shield in the Catacombs. Oh. Okay. We're doing pretty well now. We got him at half. We've used one flask only. Huge progress tonight, honestly. In the fires of the shittiest Dark Souls build imaginable, I will forge unlimited skill at this game. Honestly, aside from weapons that are intended to be broken, like the broken sword, this is basically the worst weapon in the game. There's even a case to be made for broken sword over this, because broken sword can swing much faster and can hit much faster. Any hoodles. So yes, the part that Kingseeker Frampt tells us that's true is that if we succeed Lord Gwyn and link the fire, we can usher in and kind of renew the Age of Flame and restore things to closer to how they were. The part that Koth tells us that's true is that Manus is the progenitor of humanity. Most people think that he's the furtive pygmy at this point. I think there's good evidence to support that idea. And that his soul is the Dark Soul, which has been broken up into many, many pieces and kind of given out to humanity. So every human contains a minuscule, 1/10 billionth or whatever of the Dark Soul. Which is what makes humans comparatively so powerful. Because in this setting, like, humans are these little upstart creatures compared to these guys. Like, Ornstein and Smo are both much bigger and beefier than us. There is a Dark Soul TM. So the secret that the Dark Soul teaches us, basically, is that each soul serves a purpose. Now, I would probably borrow my favorite Theory Crafters version of these, which is I would consider the four souls the Dark Soul, the Light Soul, the Life Soul, and the Death Soul. This, to me, makes a lot of good sense. The Light Soul is our boy Gwyn, Lord of Sunlight. Kind of makes sense if you think about it. The Dark Soul, of course, is the furtive pygmy. Nope. Ooh, the greedy temptation was right there, chat. Look at that. 7 flasks left. Pretty good, pretty good. So each soul has its purpose. Gwyn's is the Light Soul. He controls sunlight and lightning power, which let him kill dragons. Lightning having some specific dragon killing powers. Okay, we're just gonna take this one nice and easy now. Oh, that lasts a long time when Smo does it. Okay. We're gonna get healed up to full, because, wow, does he hit hard with some of these? Okay, we still hit him much harder, though. Honestly, I'm just going to run from that ability when he does it. One hit. If all we get is hits on the leap attack, that's fine. Because he does it quite often. And it's easy to get a hit. Okay, that wasn't great. Just gonna get back and reset ourselves. We're just gonna take our time. He doesn't take that many hits to kill this guy, honestly. 2 more. Nice. We're just gonna bait out his slowest attack every time. Oh, that was a little too close for comfort. Okay, that was also a little close for comfort. We're gonna back it up. Give me that leap attack, friend. Come on. Leap attack, please. Leapy weepy. My brother in souls. Can I interest you in a leap attack? Anyhoodles. So, Furtive Pygmy had the Dark Soul. The Witch of Izalith has the Life Soul. L-I-F-E. In case my enunciation does not come through clearly. And Nito, of course, the Death Lord, has the Death Soul. Go figure. Ooh, okay. We're gonna back up and reset this. Get our health back. We have the flasks for it. He's at half. We just gotta breathe. Roll to the right. Hit twice. Sometimes we're only gonna get one hit, and that's okay, because we can swing twice every time and still be safe. Nope. I don't want to fight that. Leap attack, please. Yep. Roll to the right. Chop. Chop. Back, back, back. Easy as pie. Just like that. It's a slow way to win the fight, but it's going to win us the fight. As long as we just keep doing it and we don't get too greedy. Okay. So here's the other fun lore about the other lords and what they did as the Age of Fire started coming to an end. So here, and this is why we're grumped with Gwyn in general, and why I generally side more Darkstalker Koth than Kingseeker Friend. When the Age of Fire started ending, folks sought any way they could to prolong their age of good times, basically. And so the Witch of Izalith tried to rebuild the First Flame using the power of her own Lord Soul. This super did not work, and this created the Flame of Chaos, which is the source of demons as we know them. Okay. Still doing good, still doing good. Roll to the right. Hit. Miss. Fine. Fine. Bring me that chop. Hit. Hit. Back. 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 Stay out of the range of the butt slams. Always. Butt slams are... This guy's butt slam is the most dangerous of all butt slams. Ooh, okay. I did not have the space to get out of that one. We're okay. We're still okay. Honestly, I'm going to drink one more. He's low. And I would be really mad if I died because I didn't drink twice when I could have. Drink our juice. We have other options should we run out of this juice. Okay. Roll to the right. Ooh, pillar, pillar. Oh, that was such a close call. Okay. Oh, we're almost there, friends. I'm so excited. One more, one more. We got a little too greedy, but we saved it. We saved it. Oh, Soul of Smoke. Humanity. Victory achieved. Let us go and get a reward that is well deserved. This is the tiny elevator for Ornstein. There's a big elevator on the other side for Smo. So anyhoodles, yeah, when the Age of Fire was ending, the Witch of Izalith tried to rebuild the First Flame, and it went catastrophically badly. And she and her daughters were all violently transformed. Great chest ahead is absolutely correct. Here's what we're going to do. Health. We're going to dump our points into it. Make that bar a little longer. Amazing chest ahead. 13,000 upvotes. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly correct. You should have heard some of the weird other alternative options they had for this character's design, because they were crazy. So yeah, this lady, not real.
And overcome much, chosen undead. Come hither, child.
Yep.
O chosen undead, I am Guinevere, daughter of Lord Gwyn and Queen of Sunlight. Since the day Father his form did obscureth, I have awaited thee. I bequeath the Lord Vessel to thee.
Lord Vessel, that's what we needed. By the power of the Lord Vessel, you may now warp between bonfires.
And beseech thee.
Victory.
And inheriteth the fire.
Victory heckin' achieved.
Thou shalt end it.
But so by introducing fast travel here, when you're already halfway through the game, one, you've learned all the routes by hand, like the slow way, and the fast travel feels so powerful. Enter Covenant, by the way. Princess Guard. Princess Guard is sick. Thank you. Yeah. I don't actually care about any of your Covenant stuff. I just wanted the ring. Bye. The ring is pretty good, though. Increases your miracles energy, and her miracles are pretty good. So, now we can do Way of White, Princess Guard, or Chaos Servant. And now we can do this. Am I going to turn off the sun? Do you want me to turn off the sun? We can do it. This bonfire will go... Well, some of the bonfires in Anor Londo will go dark if we do that, so I will be happy to do that in a little bit. Yeah, that's the thing. So, there are at least 3 Firekeepers that we know of in the game, in terms of people who are actively supporting bonfires. This lady, the Darkmoon Nidus, is one of them. If a Firekeeper is killed, their bonfire will go out. So our guy Loudrak, if you don't kick him off a cliff and kill him, he will kill the Firelink Firekeeper. The lady in the little like cage underneath Firelink Shrine. He'll murder her while you're away, ringing the bells, and you'll come back and find that Firelink is out. It doesn't work no more. And you have to like chase him down and murder him to reclaim the Firekeeper's soul and bring her back. It's pretty cool. I just didn't want to deal with it in a run that was already going to be tough, and he's guarded by 2 extremely dangerous phantoms, and I was not favoring our odds in that fight. So we didn't do it. But he's there partly because one of the cool things they do with most of their covenants that have online interactions is they built kind of an offline version of it as part of a little storyline so that you could get a sense of what the gameplay was like even if you weren't connected to the internet. Painting Guardian time. Oh, hello. So, Painted World time. Yeah, these guys are called Painting Guardians. Guess where we're headed? To a place that's painted. So you see this big old spooky painting? We are about to go into it because that's where Amazing Whip ahead, basically. Also, some absolute BS. Can you warp out of the painted world? I forget. I feel like you can. I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure you can. Yeah, it's the painted world. So check this out. This happens. The power of the peculiar doll pulls us in. You can warp out of here, right? I'm not about to doom my playthrough into unlimited suffering. I'm pretty sure you can. I don't remember. Peter said you're stuck. You know what? I want my whip. If we're stuck, we're stuck. I fear nothing. I'm pretty sure you can warp. But if we rest here and I'm wrong, then we're gonna have a really bad time. Fuck it, we ball? Alright. Oh yeah, we're good. Nope, this bonfire is cut off from the others. Cannot warp. We are stuck. That's fine. Come on and slam. We start with some hollows. We're not too bad, but they're a little beefier than last time. Yeah, we're absolutely stuck. It's gonna be a fun time. So this place is horrible, and it is filled with absolutely the worst things imaginable. Ow. Honestly, aside from the crummy weapon, our build is okay. We have a decent amount of health. There is a dragon lady in here. There's also these gross things. Oh, that's some damage. Yeah, I don't care for that. The souls are good though, so we're gonna get some levels in here. Ow. So the dragon lady is an interesting one too, because she is a it's one of those circumstantial pieces of evidence for why I dislike Gwyn and the entire Pantheon, basically. Can you pet her tail? No, you can cut her tail off, though. Oh yeah, horrible rats. You can cut her tail off and you can get a cool knife out of the deal. The knife's okay. It just, honestly, I don't even care that we're stuck in here. Having Anorlando done is such a relief. I do not care one bit. Oh. Well, that's not where we want to be. Really trying to remember where it is we want to be. Because I usually skip the painted world. Ugh. Honestly, chat, the sense of palpable relief upon finishing Ornstein and Smo is massive. That is likely to be our toughest battle. Oh, yeah, unequivocally. I think, like, ONS, I think, are going to be our toughest battle. But, Peter, I do think you're correct. The level design of this area is maybe the best they've ever done. It's so good. It's so beautifully dense and packed with secrets and riddles and interesting things to find. But it also tells us a lot about Gwyn and his people and what they were like. So yes, there is Fuzzy Dragon Lady here. Her name is Priscilla, or more completely, Crossbreed Priscilla. The reason they call her Crossbreed Priscilla is because Her father is a dragon. That is our unpleasant enemy, Seath the Scaleless. Big Shivering Isles energy here. Almost. Uh-oh. Get down here. Can I get up here then? So, you're not entirely wrong. Oh, we're toxic. Okay, okay. We have a thing for it, I think. We don't. Ooh, we don't have enough heals for that. Let's see if we can light a bond or open up this gate, and then we're gonna get out of here. We missed. Outstanding. Good start, good start. Yeah, you might notice that toxic drains your health rather quickly. So I wouldn't mind just getting back to a bonfire, 9,000 souls up. So crossbreed Priscilla is, as her name implies, a crossbreed. Her father is Seath the Scaleless. Her mother is... It's not real well known, but she's strongly implied to be a human who might not have wanted to have a kid with Seath the Scaleless. Unclear. Seath abducts a lot of young maidens and does experiments on them, which is not awesome to do to people. Painting Guardian armor. So that part's not so good, obviously. And so crossbreed Priscilla being half human, half dragon was viewed as shameful or otherwise unwanted, and therefore effectively exiled to the painted world. This scaleless guy should drink so much more Respect Maiden's juice. You have no idea. We're gonna get to him. Don't worry. We're gonna murder the shit out of that guy. Partly because he doesn't respect maidens, because he's very bad at that. And partly because he's just a sucky guy. Hey! Okay, we're gonna use a Twin Humanity. And we're gonna restore our skin and kindle this bonfire, because we're gonna be here for a little bit. Yeah. Seth the Scaleless over here, the worst. He sucks. So he abducts a lot of maidens and experiments on them. Does a lot of stuff. So they're and it's usually mentioned in the lore as kind of like a 1-2, right? They're like, so Seath abducts a lot of maidens to do experiments. Incidentally, he has a half-human daughter. And I'm like, I don't like the line you're drawing between those two items. I don't care for that at all. Like, yeah, dude, saying that you did this for science does not make it cool. Or remotely okay. So, dude's the absolute worst. A real the pits kind of a guy. And yeah, that's what we're here for, Peter. We're gonna go fight a guy with a weird hat. We're gonna acquire the weirdest looking hat in the game, probably. Although, wow, that's tough to say in a Dark Souls. The hats are really weird in these games. Ow. I think it's the weirdest hat. It's, at the very least, it's an incredibly weird hat. If not the actual weirdest hat. I think there's some room for debate on that. But it's a really, really weird hat. There are so many weird hats in this game. Like 90% sure you can jump that gap. I feel like you can jump it, right? Am I crazy? I feel like you have to jump it, actually. I mean, platforming has never really been a Soulsborne strength. So, yeah, any hoodles. But so the idea that, like the problem to me is that like, Gwyn and folks are not upset that Seath has a half-human daughter and all of the implication that that implies. They just don't want her somewhere that she's going to be seen. So they stuff her in the painted world and they're like, great, problem solved. I'm like, first of all, no, problem is not solved, my guy. That's not how you solve a problem. Um, so she's been chilling here for an interminable amount of time, since she started existing, most likely, pretty much. Um, yeah, I mean, I have a way to solve this problem forever. It's called No More Seath the Scaleless. Also no more Gwyn. So, all of this is obviously very bad. Um, we've got all that happening. We've got heckin' an egg vermifuge. Gross. But useful in case somebody sticks eggs on my head in the future. Oh, this is where we need to be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, crow people. Crow people. Abort, abort, reverse course. Oh, we're gonna get pinned into this corner and die. Yep, bye. Yeah, just her and roughly half a rotting dragon, correct. Yeah, I think if we're full health, we'll make that drop just fine. I just need to not be at, like, 10%. Oh, yeah, we don't like those guys. Is it the part where their heads are full of toxins? Or the part where they shoot fireballs at us? Or the part where they do a lot of damage? Or just everything about them? Yep, that sounds about right. Welcome to Dark Souls, friend. The best thing to do is to obviously fight them, like, right here at a corner with a long reach weapon like the whip. And just sit back, not take any damage. Yep. The painted world is great because it's kind of like an optional little challenge level. And it is filled with some of the most fascinating and interesting fights and weirdest enemies and so many unique enemies that appear nowhere else and lots of interesting unique loot. Okay, I really would like to... Oh no. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Yeah, and so much toxin, but we don't have a way to fix that, so we got our souls. I think we'll make the drop at this health. Yep, totally will. So it doesn't matter because we have our souls still. Now we just gotta run past Phalanx. Hello, Phalanx. Like these guys. They're not anywhere else in the game. They're totally unique to this one spot. They have a really cool, unique design. And we never see them again. Well, first things first, I'm gonna open this. Oh, I forgot to update my death counter when we died. Hang on. I got so engrossed in our talk about dragons and stuff. Totally forget. Okay. Let's update that counter. Yeah, Dark Souls is the king of door does not open from this side. I used to joke that if you're going to make a Dark Souls drinking game, it should be take a shot every time the game says door does not open from this side, but you would die. Oh, we gotta turn human again. We're almost to our new whip, and I'm very excited, chat. Because it is past time we get this bad boy. Because it looks and is amazing. You know what, we're going to do a couple more of these. I'm gonna do one more point of dex. Level 44 now. Oh, we killed Ornstein and Smo at a low level. We killed them at like level 35 or 40. That's pretty dang good. Okay. Okay. Nope. Nope. I don't know that I would say that. We're okay at this game. And I'm going to follow that up by saying I'm just fine with being okay at this game. Oh, my slime is frozen? Maybe? Come on, slime, snap out of it. I don't have time to troubleshoot you right now. The problem is the Dark Souls curve. Say more about that. We're going to load a different slime and see if they're moving. They're not. Yeah, we're moving again. We're going to make ourselves a little bigger too. Oh, got everything all tangled. Hang on, hang on. Okay, now we're back. I want to Sherpa you through this game. You know, there's a real market for that kind of service. A lot of people get very, very popular by just helping other people through these games. Okay, we're gonna go fight our spirit. And then a real life thing is happening, so I do have to call the stream a little short tonight, unfortunately. But a thing in the real world should be prioritized, generally speaking. But hey, we got our boss down. Let's go kill the man with the weird hat, real quick. Oh, is he gonna be super difficult? Because he also has a whip, we have the same moveset. Oh no, he's gonna try and use pyromancy. Mm-hmm. Oh, whoa. Oh, boo. Okay. Unfortunately, because of real life things, that's got to be my last shot of the night. We will come back to this again before too long, though, friends. Um, Thank you for joining me for what ended up being a short little one. As always, I hope that you all have a great rest of your night. And if, depending on what happens in the world, I will be back or I won't. Alrighty, everybody. We will visit the Hat Man next time and murder him by not getting hit by that fire. Sound like a plan? Alright. Until then, friends, I will see you all a little later. Have a good one.